I welcome you all on this auspicious day where today we celebrate Diverse Community Leaders Luncheon and Father's Day. As we all know that learning about other cultures helps us understand different perspectives within the world in which we live. It helps dispel negative stereotypes and personal biases about different groups. Also, since we are celebrating Father's Day, we do this to honor fatherhood and paternal bonds and to understand the influence of fathers all around the society. Our culture is what shapes us. It shapes our behavior and our identity. Culture is a way of living. It refers to the shared language, beliefs, values, norms, behaviors, and material objects that are passed down from one generation to the next. The term culturally diverse is often used interchangeably with the concept of multiculturalism. Ladies and gentlemen, and we are honored that we have a gentleman, that is Mr. Surendra Prasad, who started this multicultural dinner, a multicultural get-together in 2005. And following his footsteps, there are so many community organizations who started it, and they are actually doing those multicultural get-togethers now. I would now request you all to remain silent. We'll be starting with a prayer. So can I please have Pandit Sanat Pandey, Mr. Pandit Sanat Pandey on the stage, please. Mr. Surendra Singh for Sikh prayer, Surinder Singh. Mr. Arsalan Falati for Islamic prayer. Surinder Singh.
We start with a little prayer, then I explain what this is all about. I'll be doing a prayer. May we all achieve peace and harmony. May we all achieve peace and harmony, success in all events and projects without obstacles and hurdles. And after that, we'll do a prayer to surrender ourselves, surrender of our ego. And then the next prayer that I'll be doing is, oh God, lead us from untruth to the truth. Lead us from the darkness of ignorance to the light of knowledge. Grant us firmness, forgiveness, tolerance, kindness, education, and wisdom, just as the spokes of a wheel converge in the center and easily carry the load. In the same way, the members of our community may converge to follow teachings of the Vedas and be on the righteous path and fulfill all their responsibilities well. Vakratulya Mahakaya Suryakoti Samprabha Nirvignam Kurum Devo Sarvakareshu Sarvada Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva Bandhu cha Sakha Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva De Om Astoma Sadgame Tamsoma Jyotirgame Mrityoma Game. A prayer for well-being of all. May we all make pledges that we see all beings everywhere be happy and free. May our thoughts, words, and actions contribute in some way to that happiness and to that freedom. Om Loka Samastha Sukhina Bhavantu. In a prayer for well-being of all. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Nirayana. सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. May God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Pandit. That was the Hindu prayer, ladies and gentlemen. Now we have the Islamic prayer from Arsul and Falati.
Your heart is all absolute truth. May the feeling in my heart, the thoughts of my mind, and all of my deeds in life be blessed by thy love and wisdom. I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this peaceful land and pay my respect to elders, past, present, and future. Our dear sisters and brothers, we hope that no one experiences and sees the attack of any army of grasshoppers or locusts to the fields of farms of wheat and or other grains. We pray it never happens again. When those creatures attack, they just eat and eat. You can hear the terrible noise of their eating from miles away. It should be. It sounds like a march of a fierce killing army. Worse than that. And now COVID-19 is here. All over the world, in every corner of the world. No matter where and how and why this creature killer army of the invisible germ appears from. The fact is, it is here killing, destroying human society's life, health, wealth, and normal life. Regrettably, in less fortunate countries, the epidemic corona eats life of people faster than locusts eating corns in the fields. Life of those innocent people, grandfathers, fathers, mothers, young and children, innocent lives, which has some value and exactly the same value of people in other advanced parts of this world. Those hard-working people, they also love, they also are kind, are compassionate, pious, same and similar to other human beings in other societies elsewhere. The most merciful and generous creator of all people are the same. Race, sex, belief, education, wealth, or color does not make any difference. Please be generous. Please be kind. Please do help your fellow humans. Allah, merciful and kind, in Quran, the book of Islam says, "Inna Allah yuhibbul muhsinin." Inna Allah yuhibbul muhsinin. Very and truly, Allah loves those people who are generous and kind. Please let us join together in a prayer. We pray for love, kindness, and generosity. We pray for wisdom and true knowledge, for health and happiness for all people in this world, no matter where they are and who they are. Thank you. and happy Father's Day.
I'll be doing the Christian prayer. Father Almighty, during your ministry on earth, you showed your power and caring by healing people of all ages and stations of life, from physical, mental, and spiritual ailments. Be present now to people who need your loving and much love because of COVID-19. May they feel your power of healing through the care of doctors and nurses. Take away the fear, anxiety, and feelings of isolation from people receiving treatment or under quarantine. Give them a sense of purpose in pursuing health and protecting others from exposure to desire. All the diseases may be gone by your blessings. We ask you this in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I would now invite Auntie Peggy to introduce the Aboriginal Welcome to Country. Please put your hands together for Auntie Peggy Tigerman.
In my traditional language, Gungri language, that is hello and welcome. I also say Jingari in the Yugambeh language, and also Yola, Rumba in Yagara language. So this is really important because we are on Yagara country today. But I also acknowledge the other language groups that this area is also connected to. The Yagara language and the Yugambeh language covers right down to Beenleigh and down to Byron Bay. I also acknowledge the Turrbal people who are north of the Brisbane River. And we call that Meanjin. The traditional name for that area is Meanjin. I want to also acknowledge our elders both past, present and emerging. Elders that are here with us today and elders from all cultures. I welcome you to our land. I want to also acknowledge Sorry Business. This is something that I always do, and people will realise that every time I do speak, these are the three main cultural protocols that we must observe before we can do any business. And I also want to acknowledge the words that have previously been mentioned about COVID-19. For our people, it is something that we hope does not reach our communities and causes a devastation that we have seen in around a lot of other countries, but particularly for our people, the oldest living, surviving culture on this planet. Can I acknowledge all of the dignitaries that are here today and joining you in acknowledging Surendra, Prasad, for putting this event together, the Diverse Community Luncheon, and also Father's Day. So I want to acknowledge my husband who's here with me today. Because this week we had some celebrations too. So we had our daughters, two daughters, who had their birthday on the 14th of September. We had our son-in-law, his birthday was on the 16th of September, and our granddaughter, whose was yesterday, the 17th of September. So September's a popular month for us. But I also want to acknowledge all of the fathers, the grandfathers, uncles, brothers that are here with us today, because it is that we acknowledge your presence and your stewardship, your leadership in your families, providing for your families and caring for your families and your grandchildren, because they are the next generation. They are our next future leaders. So thank you. Prasad, I've got a little gift for you. I'm just going to do something out of line. My assistant today. Thank you. I just wanted to make this a special occasion for Surendra, because I've known Surendra for a few years, many years, and he has treated me as a sister. And I know that relationship is built on trust and respect and relationship. So this is my gift to you. Father's Day, a little bit late, but that's for you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you, sister.
How do you like it?
Thank you very much, Auntie Peggy. Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, can we please have our very own Prakruti Mysore Guru Raj on stage for the national anthem, and can I please ask everyone to stand for the national anthem? Thank you.
Australians, oh let us rejoice, for we are young and free, with golden soil and wealth of joy, our home is right by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every stranger glance Australia fair. In joyful strains and let us sing, and glance Australia fair. Beneath the radiant Southern Cross, we'll toil with hearts and hands to make this Commonwealth of ours renowned of all the lands. For those who come across the seas, with boundless flames to share. With courage let us all combine to advance Australia fair. In joyful strains and let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, who has not heard about Surendra Prasad OAM? He has been a community leader and organizer for several years. He is the founder and president of the Fiji Senior Citizen Association of Queensland and has coordinated the annual Seniors Multicultural Dinner for the past 13 years. He is a board director of the Hindu Council of Australia and a founding member of the Hindu Council of Queensland. He served as president of Federation of Indian Communities in Queensland and chairperson of the Queensland Universal Peace Federation. Surendra has won many awards for his service to the community, including a Queensland Multicultural Award in 2016 in the local champion category, a Lions International President's Award, and among others, he is Mr. Surendra Prasad, OAM. Please put your hands together for our very own Mr. Surendra.
Thank you, Reena, for the kind introduction. And firstly, I'd like to thank my sister for a beautiful present. I haven't opened it yet, but I will like that present because we have built our relationship for a long time. And I always trust you and respect you like my sister. And it's going to be always. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, first I would like to acknowledge the elders of this land where you are gathered here today and pay my respect to the elders past, present, and emerging. I also like to acknowledge all guests, Auntie Peggy Tadiman, Gungari Elder, Mr. Peter Russo, MP, representing Minister for Multicultural Affairs, Leonard, MP, Senator Polska, Senator for Queensland, Councillor Kim Mark, representing Lord Mayor Adrian Reena. Lord Mayor was kind enough to send us a video message which we will play for you later. Wayne Briscoe, Executive Director, Multicultural Affairs, Lisa Crawford, Regional Director, Home Affairs of Queensland, for Queensland and Northern Territory. All my multi-faith leaders, Pandit Sanat Pandey, Gyani Surendra Singh, he got sick, he won't be able to make it today, and Dr. Asalan Falati, I call him my brother. We've been praying for a long, long time. Remember, it's about 10 years now. We've been praying together for many long years. And Reena Augustine, who has done really well today. I didn't know she can do that. Give her a round of applause, please. Community leaders who will be acknowledged later in the program. All the members of Red Carpet who volunteered to help to organize this event. I request volunteers to please come in front so that the audience can see all beautiful girls who have come together to support us. Come on, come in. These are the girls of great strength of Fiji Senior Citizen Association of Queensland.
Yes.
Thank you. Fathers, mothers, members, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you all for your kind attendance on this special occasion. To mark Queensland Month, this is Queensland Month, we are celebrating. We will honor those community leaders with awards in recognition of their tireless work for the community, and we are happy to see about 25 of them here today with us. And also we are celebrating Father's Day as well. At this juncture, I would like to thank Queensland Government for the support for this event. Also, thanks to Brisbane City Council for leasing this property to us, which has helped us to bring communities together. We organize about 12 events every year and invite diverse communities to build better understanding and promote multiculturalism. We organized first Seniors Multicultural Dinner in 2005, as Reena has also already said. supported by former Lord Mayor Graham Quake, the then Councillor for McGregor. Since then, it has become our annual signature event, which has become very popular due to the kind support of different communities. It is pleasing to note many organizations now understand the value of multiculturalism and are trying their best to promote it. If this community spirit continues in the next 10 years, Queensland will become a very strong multicultural state in Australia. Please, I'm serious about it. Because the way the things are going at the moment, I go to many events, and now people are starting getting more different communities come together, which is going to build a very harmonious community in this state. Today we are celebrating Father's Day. We all know that the important role a father plays is the families in children's physical and emotional growth. When children have healthy relation with their father, they grow up to have a better quality relations with others. With these words, I wish all the fathers good health and happiness. In conclusion, I would like to say that we should be proud be the citizen of this lucky country, Australia, which has given us and our generation to come various opportunities to advance ourselves. All levels of governments acknowledge people from all over the world for their contribution to the rich fabric of Australian society. My friends, we should all endeavour to work with other communities and appreciate others' cultures so that together we make Australia a harmonious and peaceful country. With this word, I would like to thank everyone for your attendance, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Surendra Prasad. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first performance, the Bollywood dance group, which is called Bollywood Reconnections. Can I please have the team Lynn and the group on the stage, please? Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have a round of applause for these gorgeous girls volunteering us their day? definitely not for me. Ladies and gentlemen, that's beautiful Lynn and her team. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now I would like to invite Mr. Peter Russo, MP, on the stage, who is representing our Multicultural Minister.
Thanks, Reena. I would like to respectfully acknowledge the traditional owners upon whose land we meet today, elders past, present and emerging. I'd like to thank Aunty Peggy Tiedemann for your acknowledgement to country. I'd like to acknowledge Surendra Prasad, President of the Fiji Senior Citizens Association of Queensland, Senator Paul Scar, Councillor Kim Marks, Lisa Crawford from the Regional Director Home Office, Wayne Briscoe from Multicultural Affairs, other community leaders. Happy Father's Day. Thank you to the faith leaders for your prayers today, and for this diverse community leaders luncheon. Good morning. Thank you for having me here. I'm delighted to represent the Minister for Multicultural Affairs, who has sent her apologies. The Minister sends her best wishes and congratulates the Fiji Senior Citizens Association for hosting another spectacular annual Seniors Multicultural event. For 18 years now, your organisation has supported local and international charitable causes and social activities for young and older Queenslanders, promoting multiculturalism and bringing people and communities closer together. Your efforts are greatly appreciated and provide a wonderful example of how, when we work together, great things can be achieved. Today's luncheon is such an important event for so many reasons. I love seeing so many elders and so many different backgrounds are all here today for the same reasons: to reach out to each other and share culture and traditions, to share stories, make new friends and catch up with those you know. We are also here to celebrate multiculturalism. Queensland has a proud tradition of welcoming people from all over the world to make a new life for themselves and their families throughout our great state. The Queensland Government is committed to fostering and celebrating our cultural, linguistic and religious diversity, which is why we have supported the event through Celebrating Multicultural Queensland funding program. Today is also a reminder that while we may hold different cultural traditions, beliefs and experiences, and speak different languages and follow different religions, we all share the same dream: hope for peace, security, opportunity and belonging. I believe today we are also officially celebrating the arrival of a new set of wheels. Thanks to the grant from the Queensland Government's Gambling Community Benefit Fund. I have no doubt your new minibus will be put to good use by your many activities. I hope you all enjoyed today's food and festivities and performances.
Our next speaker believes in an Australia where every person has the opportunity to realize their full potential for themselves, their family and as Australians. So can I please welcome Senator Paul Scar on stage, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Reena. And can I just say, in relation to you, Surendra said during his remarks he wasn't sure you could do what you did in terms of the contribution with the prayer. We all know Reena can do anything, anything she puts her mind to. So, big round of applause for Reena. Can I tell you, I came out of quarantine yesterday after 5 weeks in Canberra and then 2 weeks in quarantine. And there is nowhere else I would rather be in my first day out of quarantine then in this multicultural hub in Annerley with all of my friends here and community members. So it's a great honour to be here with you all today. Can I acknowledge the traditional owners and pay tribute to my good friend, Auntie Peggy. Thank you so much, Auntie Peggy, you do so much for the community. If I can acknowledge the traditional owners and pay my respect to elders past, present and emerging. And if I can also note that this month in September is the 50th anniversary that one of my boyhood heroes, the late Senator Neville Bonner for Queensland, gave his first speech in the Australian Senate as the first Indigenous member of our federal parliament. And in that speech, he gave from a cry from the heart in terms of the issues facing our First Nations people. And I think it's important in this month we reflect on that and remember the great Senator Neville Bonner. Can I acknowledge Peter Russo MP and also my good friend Karl Marx. Sorry, not Karl Marx. I've been in quarantine too long. I'm out of practice. Kim Marx. I'm out of practice. Sorry, Kim Marx. I've been in quarantine too long. It's difficult in quarantine. It really is. Just ask my. Yeah, it's difficult. So Kim, great to see you. And I didn't agree much with what Karl Marx did, but I agree with a lot with what Kim Marx does. So great to see you, Kim. Great to see you, Peter. Can I also recognise Lisa Crawford and also Wayne Briscoe for being here today? You do so much for the community and it's so greatly appreciated you come out on the weekend to support the community. Thank you very much. The faith leaders, if I can pay tribute to them, also all the community leaders here, the elders, and also the younger members of the multicultural groups who are here today. I really, really appreciate your presence here today. That means a lot to the community. The Bollywood dancers, I think next time I'm in quarantine, I might have to go into quarantine again when I go back to the next sitting. I think I might do some Bollywood dancing when I'm in quarantine. I think it might help my state of mind. And I just want to make 3 points quickly. First, this hub does so much for the community, and you only need to look on the wall and see those big cheques which were written to provide funds to people doing it tough, Australians doing it tough at various times. So this multicultural hub does a lot of great things under Surendra's leadership and with the input from Lewis Lee and others. So really, you're in a special place, one of my favourite places in Queensland. Second, I want to say to all the multicultural leaders, the leader of the Islamic Council of Queensland, Habib Jamal, and I are going to a citizenship ceremony shortly. And I'll say to you what I say at every citizenship ceremony. Never ever forget that not only did you find Australia, but Australia found you. Australia found you. And you are, each and every one of you is one of the reasons why we are such a successful multicultural country. And then the last point I want to talk about is family. It's been a very, very tough 2 months for our Australian Afghani community. And we have that community here in Queensland, and I and other members of Parliament have been working with that community to try and help them bring family members out of Afghanistan to Australia. And I know how tough that community's doing. And when Father's Day was mentioned, I couldn't help but think of some of the community members I'm helping who are trying to bring out their fathers, their mothers, brothers, sisters from what's going on in that beautiful country which is going through such a terrible, terrible time. So in the course of this afternoon, let's really give thanks that we all have the opportunity to live in such a beautiful country where we've got freedom of religion, freedom of speech, we have our freedoms and rights, and we're the world's most successful multicultural country on the face of the earth, and each and every one of you is part of why that is the case. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm sorry, Carl.
Thank you so much, Senator Paul Starr. Our next speaker is definitely not Councillor Karl Marx, but Kim Marx. Councillor Kim Marks, who is actively involved in supporting and assisting a wide variety of local community groups within the Runcorn board.
Thank you, Reena. Well, I think we can all guess what book Senator Scar was reading. Well, you've got to know both sides of everything, don't you? So there you go. As always, we begin by acknowledging the traditional owners on the land of which we meet, elders past, present and emerging, and of course always Auntie Pegman does a wonderful welcome to country and always manages to put a little bit of a story in it to it as well, which is always exciting. Obviously, Reena is the MC, does always a wonderful job. Obviously, gazumped Lewis today for one of the few times. So Lewis is generally the MC of everything. So, but always good to see you again, Lewis. Senator Scar, Peter Russo, who is my neighbouring state member, and we see a lot of each other at many events. Of course, Surendra, who is the chief head Indian of this community, and you do such a wonderful job. And I'm so delighted that council was able to help you with this building. There's a lot of familiar faces here in the room. I can see Vicky, Cecilia, Mauro, Agnes is here. I haven't seen you for a little while, Agnes. I was sorry to hear of your loss. Richard's Cheyenne, there's so many places, Daniel over there. You know, everybody, I can see a lot of familiar faces. So it was nice to walk into the room and feel like I was kind of seeing a whole lot of people I hadn't seen for a long, long time. Father's Day is particularly sad for myself. I managed to fly back to New Zealand very quickly when they opened the borders on the first day. Haven't been able to obviously get back since, so they've now closed them. New Zealand was in a stage 4 lockdown when Father's Day happened, so none of my family could visit my father or FaceTime him, which is what normally happens. So particularly sad. So I think Senator Scar's comments about the Afghan community is particularly poignant. I think if your father is with you, you need to particularly give them a big hug. Look, today's luncheon is a wonderful opportunity to come together and celebrate. And I want to thank the Fiji Senior Citizens Association of Queensland for organising this luncheon. You're an integral part of our community and we value the wonderful work you do. From your Queensland bushfire appeal last year to your valuable work promoting cultural and religious work and values onto the next generation. You keep the rich Fijian culture alive in Brisbane and Queensland while promoting peace and harmony. So I thank you and hope you all enjoy today's community lunch. Thank you.
Welcome to the Fiji Senior Citizens Association of Queensland Luncheon. While today's event hasn't been without its challenges, I'm so happy that you're now able to come together to celebrate Brisbane's Fijian community and the important work you're doing to help make Brisbane an even better place to live. The Fiji Senior Citizens Association has a special place in Brisbane's rich cultural landscape and also a special place in my heart and Nina's heart too. We really wish we could have been there with you today, but on this occasion, sadly, it wasn't possible. Thank you for being there. I hope you all thoroughly enjoy today's luncheon.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, next we have our Russian performance by Ludmila.
grow on. Don't have to go anyway.
Can I please have Prakriti Mysore Guru Raj on the stage, please? Thank you.
Me being myself too. Hello to everyone. I think most of the speakers have already conveyed and covered what I would have loved to tell you all. So many familiar faces. Apologies for running late. I had to drop my son to a birthday party, then come. I go, try 2 different entrances. He says, it's at the other thing, the district park. Finally, after running around, I say, isn't it Callumvale District Park? Oh no, it's Palara District Park. Man. And then I finally had to tell him, see the balloons out there, that's where you've got to walk. And all the way I was calling to say, has he reached? So that wasn't a very good morning. But still I'm here. This is what is... Surendra ji.
Okay, sorry.
So this is what is called community service. I come with all the stress and tension. I see all of your familiar faces and lovely smiles. Trust me, for a minute or two I couldn't see any of you all. I just came, the national anthem was waiting for me. And thanks for Reena for that big smile and making me feel better, and seeing you all I felt much more better. Thank you to be here today, this afternoon. And I'll be running this award ceremony. However, when I was going through each and every one of your bio, it was like OMG. So obviously, if I did start telling about all of your wonderful work and accomplishment, you all have to stay here tonight, have dinner, and then morning breakfast, and stay for 2 days. That wonderful work you all have done. So with being mindful of the time, I've just shortened it to the most precise and important information. I might still miss out few, please don't mind. And here we are for the ceremony. A big round of applause to all of you for amazing work you all did. So Surendra ji, your toy is off. You're not going to put me in my job. Yeah, good. Okay. With the given 20 minutes, now I'm getting the instruction, I won't be getting much of time. Sorry, I think I took 5 minutes, which shouldn't have been. Quickly, firstly, I would like to welcome Auntie Peggy Tidyman here today to take the award. And then very quickly while she walks, I say, Auntie Peggy Tidyman is a Gungari elder. Auntie Peggy is a cultural consultant and ambassador with Mental Health Foundation Australia. She is highly respected elder by the Fiji Senior Citizens Association of QMT, and always gives her valuable time to support us as well as other multicultural group in Brisbane, and brings with her a wealth of cultural knowledge and enterprise. Let us give a big hand of applause to Auntie Peggy Tidyman for her amazing contribution to this community. And thanks for her welcoming into the Gunguri Fair. Thank you. May I next request Miss Agnes Whiten AM to start getting up. Okay. Miss Agnes Whiten's contribution to the community has been recognized with numerous awards: Medal of Order of Australia for her community service in the area of women's affairs and multiculturalism member, Order of Australia AM for significant service to the multicultural community in Queensland and raising awareness on gender diversity through a range of organizations. Agnes has worked in settlement assistance as a lobbyist to women from non-English speaking background for better service for migrants in anti-racism education and giving voice to women from non-English speaking background. I think that was important to acknowledge her fully. Thank you. May I request Judge Virendra Pathik to get here. Judge Devendra Pathik was a barrister and solicitor by profession, admitted to practice in Tasmania, ACT, High Court of Australia and Territories and Fiji, acted as Chief Justice of Fiji from time to time, rendered community service in many organizations while enjoying his retirement life with 9 grandchildren and 3 great-grandchildren. Let us give him a big round of applause. Next, may I request Mr. Louis Lee Owen to get ready. Mr. Louis is predominantly known for his sharp MC skills, which I'm trying to incorporate today. Be it keeping it at the time, memorizing the guest background, or making people enjoy the event through his wit. He has hosted 550 Australian citizenship ceremony, the last one I've been to as well, as MC, volunteer, organizer, and also has hosted a few community events, functions, festival annually. He was the recipient of Medal of Order of Australia in Queens, and is involved in many multicultural communities.
He's a good friend of mine. We've been working together for a long time, and I've got a very special award for him. You know what? This man has done 50 citizenship ceremony. And he's not only doing citizenship ceremony, he organized that citizenship ceremony, helped them to organize the citizenship ceremony. Thank you very much, sir, for doing all this for us. And yeah.
She's kept it hidden. Come on.
I would like Lisa to present this to Lois.
Thank you.
I'm not sure it can be as sharp as Mr. Louis. I'll try my best today. Today's my experience trying it on your. Next, may I request Mr. Habib Jamal to come over. Habib Mohammed Jamal, Director and Manager of Olson Avenue Medical Center and President of Islamic Council of Queensland. In February of 2019, Habib was elected as the President of Islamic Council of Queensland. ICQ is the peak umbrella body which represents the interest of more than 40,000 Muslims residing in the state of Queensland and provides a number of social and religious services. Thank you, Mr. Habib Jamal. Next, we have request Moro Somadio. Moro Somadio moved to Brisbane in 1995 to assume his position as one of the migrant liaison officer of Queensland, organized the Filipino-Australian Foundation of Queensland Inc. as the founding president. He has delivered many community programs, has provided more than 300 granted aid scholarship in the Philippines for needy students, and in Australia 7 students were granted Bristol Grant, Sunnybank State High School and Kigoroy State High School. This year, 2021, we will be celebrating our 25th years of community services. Thank you, Mr. I next request Mr. Sukhbir Singh to be on the stage. Sukhbir, yeah, I'm sorry. Mr. Sukhbir Singh is the President of Arya Pratinidhi Sabha of Queensland Inc. from 2019 to date, Director Queensland Vedic Culture Centre, 198, that's the address, Coordinator for Free Yoga Class for Community on every Sunday on QVCC. He has been past President of Indian Cultural Society, Townsville Incorporated, organized several cultural events for local community in general, the Indian community in particular. Thank you, Mr. Sukhbir Singh. Next, Mr. Karnam Singh Hire. No? Okay, may I now have Mr. Ram Harak Maharaj. Okay. Mr. Maharaj was farmer in Fiji and have won many awards in farming in Fiji. He never gave up his passion coming to Brisbane as well. He has his big vegetable garden and sell the vegetable at the market in Woodridge every Sunday. Mr. Maharaj was first president of Fiji Senior Association, was formed in 2003. He made enormous contribution to the association. He made several donations to temple in Queensland. Thank you, Maharaj. Now I request Mr. Shamdas to receive the award. Mr. Shamdas has been actively involved in social activities in different capacity with different communities from India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Singapore, Thailand, and many others since 1989. As the convener of Indian Programming Group of Radio 4EB, has organized many successful events and currently served as President of FSCAQ. Thank you for your enormous contribution to the community. Next, may I request Mr. Benny Abdul Benny is program manager at Youth Off the Street for 8 years until COVID-19 hit. He is also managing Youth Off Street program in Victoria and report to Sydney head office. Benny is the current president of Queensland African Community Council. Benny is an author of the book titled The Ambition and Determination of an Orphan. God info. Amazing. Thank you, Benny. Apologies from Pinky Singh. Her daughter had a finger between the doors, so she was in the emergency message. So it was Pinky Singh was to get the next award. May I next request Mr. Alan Chen to come over to receive the award. Mr. Alan Chen is the honorary sponsor of Australia of Chinese Heritage War Memorial Committee. Alan is also the director of Southside United Multicultural Association, president of UEME, and have hosted 4 Australian citizenship ceremony on the South Side. Thank you for your amazing contribution. Miss Abiba Andrea. Abiba is currently the coordinator of African Youth Support Council, a youth department under QACC. She's also the manager of the African Youth Center and QACC's public relations coordinator. Abiba oversees all the AYSC's program across Queensland, mainly across the Greater Brisbane LGA. Abiba was the African Young Leader of the Year 2021. Amazing. Keep up your great work. Next, may I request Ms. Julie Park to come over. Julie Park has Korean heritage, which shows off in a costume. Amazing. That was the time I've been twice to Korea. I love the place. Has Korean heritage and is currently president of Southside United Multicultural Association. She currently holds advisory role in National Unification Advisory Council of Korea, ambassador of Taekwondo Association of Australia. Thank you, Julie. And next request Mr. Daniel Wong to come over to receive the award. It's Daniel Wong, President of Queensland Chinese Forum, North Branch President of Buddhist Light Association Queensland, past President of Lions Club of Brisbane Chinese. Keep up your great work, Mr. Daniel. Next, may I request Ms. Peggy Wu to come over to receive the award. Ms. Peggy Wu is the president of Word, Art and Multicultural Inc. WAMSI is very active organization supporting multiculturalism and art within the society. The honorary president, Mrs. Melody Chen, supports many organizations in terms of the donation and other help. Today she has donated a picture frame for auction to help Fiji who needs desperate need. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. Now may I request Mr. Richard Wong to get ready. A big round of applause for Mr. Wong. Mr. Richard Wong is the founding president of Queensland Community Development Association. Richard is the vice president of Southside United Multicultural Association, vice president of Australian Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce QLD, past vice president of World Art Multicultural for several years. He's also the treasurer of St. George Chinese Community Memorial Community. Thank you, Richard, for all your amazing contributions. Next, may I request Ms. Vicky Yu to come over to receive the award. Vicky is the member of the Multicultural Queensland Advisory Council since 2019. She was the president of Queensland Chinese Forum from 16 to 19. Vicky is also the chairperson of the Chinese Community Crime Prevention Consulting Committee since 2016. Amazing. Thank you so much for all your wonderful work. Now I request Mr. Faisal Ahmad Salat to come over to receive the award. Faisal Ahmad Salat is the current president of the Somalian Community Association of Queensland. He is also the vice secretary of Queensland African Community Council. He is currently working on a COVID health engagement project managed by the Refugee Health Network Queensland, and previously worked as a youth worker at QLD program of assistance to survivor of torture and trauma, and has a peer researcher of QT and QC. Amazing. Thank you. Now may I request Ms. Louise Muller to come over to take the award. Louise, I don't think I've got to say much. Everybody knows her. That brought smile with the amazing spirit to be at all the multicultural festivals. She's the president of German Association, and she's amazingly contributing to the multiculturalism and with her presence to most of the events. And she's also in the advisory board of Multicultural Queensland Network Association.
She's also director of FSCAQ,
Yeah.
the Community Council of Queensland.
Thank you. Now, I actually don't have to read out, but I've prepared, so I can't let go. Next is Miss Reena Augustine. Miss Reena Augustine is a founder director of Red Carpet Luncheon, the winner of 2018 Young Community Achiever of the Year at Indian Australian Community and Business Awards, Queen's Baton Bearer 2018 TCWG and 2016 Brisbane Women in Business Awards for Community Dedication, Multicultural Ambassador for Commonwealth Games. Okay, thank you so much. I can't read it anymore. Wonderful.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Thank you. Prakriti Mysore Guru Raj, I met her around, I think, 7 years now. And from the time I have seen her, I haven't seen her quiet, always doing something or the other and bringing cultures together. And being the ambassador for Multicultural Queensland Commonwealth Games in 2018 to becoming the ambassador for mental health and the red carpet functions. Please put your hands together for this amazing awardee. The gorgeous Prakriti Mysore Guru Raj. Thank you for your contribution.
Thank you very much.
Thank you everyone. Thank you so much.
Excuse me, one more award. Every year we give President Award to one of our staff or one of our members. Today I'm presenting this President Award to our Secretary, Mr. Raman Saran. Please come forward. Very hard-working man. It's a lot of work for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you everybody. Thank you so much to all our amazing guests. Can I please invite Mr. Wayne Briscoe, the Executive Director, Multicultural Affairs, on the stage to speak a few words.
Thanks, Reena. Hi, everyone. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we're meeting today, elders past and present, and special acknowledgement to Annerley. The normal protocol on these type of occasions when you're a public servant and you're sharing the stage with a member of the government or a member of parliament is to seek the permission of that member of parliament to talk. So publicly I'm asking Peter, is it okay for me to say a few words? He was put on the spot, so thank you. As we reflect on our wonderful multiculturalism and on fatherhood, I'd just like to remind us all, including myself, that along with our multiculturalism and our celebration of it comes a great responsibility to ensure that everyone has access to the joy of it. So thinking about the barriers that some people, some communities have to joining in on the wonderful community that is Queensland or Australia, and what we can do as individuals or as communities or as organisations to remove those barriers. And there's still a lot of barriers. Some of those barriers are as a result of not having to go to politicians, of government policies. And probably just a reminder that it is our, I guess, our privilege in a democratic country to challenge policies every now and again and to use our democratic right for the good of all. In relation to fatherhood and grandfatherhood is the most joyous thing that I could ever imagine. It's fantastic. But along with fatherhood and being a member of a wider community, there are also responsibilities. And I think one of those great responsibilities is to ensure that as fathers or as grandfathers, we do whatever we can to ensure that our daughters, our sisters, our grandchildren, our granddaughters, our spouses are an equal part of our community and are given the due equality that they deserve. We've still got a long way to go there, but other countries I know, and one in particular is highlighting that right at the moment, subjugate women significantly. And again, I think we need to use our power as part of a democratic country to promote the equality of women and of girls. When we're talking about COVID, we're doing really well with combating COVID, extremely well. And I think that's a result of good government policy and of community connection to the need to get rid of COVID. But I think as a country, we have an international responsibility to ensure that everyone in the world has access to vaccines to battle COVID. And when you hear of the stats, such as out of Africa, where only 2 to 3% have got vaccinations, and we are closing in on 60, 70, 80% vaccination. There's more that we can do as individuals and as communities to ensure that the world has freedom from COVID, and that opens up the world to us again as well. So thank you, and congratulations Surendra and the team on another wonderful event. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Minister. Can I please invite Ms. Lisa Crawford, the Regional Director from Home Affairs, Queensland and Northern Territory, please.
Thanks, Reena. Thanks everyone for inviting me here today. I too would like to acknowledge the dignitaries Peter, Paul and Kim. Also Auntie Peggy, Tidyman, it's always lovely to see you, and I always get a lot out of your welcome to countries, and I've really enjoyed speaking to you since I've been here. Surendra, you've made it. This is a few false starts, and we've finally got here. It's really lovely to see so many people in a hall unmasked. I speak to my family in Melbourne regularly, and it's getting harder and harder and tougher down, and Paul, you've had an experience of that in the last few weeks. I did want to, I know a few people mentioned Afghanistan. There's been a huge effort by the Australian government and a really amazing collaboration by state, federal, local communities to bring Afghans out, and I know a lot of you participated in that. And a bright spot in that story, yesterday I was flying back from Far North Queensland, and I saw coming out of quarantine a group of Afghans. They looked very much like a group of people that had rushed from fear into safety, very joyous, and I had a wonderful experience of welcoming them all to Queensland and telling them that I had just arrived a year ago and what a wonderful place they had landed, and it was a beautiful experience for me. So yeah, there's a lot of very happy people here today. I want to acknowledge the fathers in the room. You do so much for us, and also I think in this room there's a lot of multicultural community leader fathers who have really paved the way to exhibit and demonstrate the values of Australia, and to show our women and our girls how they can interact in a society where they have agency and they're able to follow their own dreams, and so we're very grateful for that. I also want to acknowledge it has been a very difficult year with COVID. It's been particularly difficult for our senior citizens and also for our Fijian community who've experienced some really difficult times, and just to acknowledge the partnership and the strength of the partnership between the Australian government and Fiji in delivering some vaccines and delivering support to that community offshore. And finally, I just want to acknowledge all the multicultural community leaders who were celebrated here today. I know many of you do amazing work. I feel humbled every day in your presence, and you give me something to aspire to. So thank you very much.
Thank you. We have the sword dance by Joy Burgoyne.
dreams. Yes, it is real. Thank you so much, Joy. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, can I please invite Louis the OAM, who will be speaking about the Indian and Chinese heritage, followed by the auction. Please put your hands together for our amazing MC, Louis.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I start by acknowledging the traditional custodian of the land which we meet, and I pay respect to the past elders, present and emerging. Can I acknowledge Senator Paul Scott, the Joint Parliamentary Chair of the Australian Commission for the Law Enforcement Integrity. Also, can I acknowledge Peter Russo, the Parliamentary Chair for Community Affairs and Legal Affairs Committee, and Councillor Kim Ma, who is the Civic Cabinet Chair for the City Standard. Ladies and gentlemen, there is two very unique war memorial monuments at the Veteran Memorial Garden at Sunnybank RSL sub-branch. One is the Chinese-Australian War Memorial designed by Sarah Batchelor for the 45 design submission in the competition in 2010. And the other is the Indian-Australian War Memorial designed by Bianca Archer, chosen from 98 design competition submission in this competition in 2016. Both design competition were done in conjunction with the first year architectural student at the Griffith University. Those two are the first Chinese-Australian monument and also the Indian-Australian War Memorial constructed at the RSL compound in Australia. I have been the chairman of the Australian Chinese Heritage War Memorial Committee since 2009. And Surendra Prasad has been the chairman of the Australian Indian War Memorial Committee since 2015. Both projects is to honor past and present involvement of the Chinese, Australian and Indian Australian in the Australian Defence Force who served in defence of Australia and made the supreme sacrifice. War Memorial Bursary have been created in the name of various soldiers in honor of the Chinese, Australian and Indian Australian in the ADF in our Southside local school. The Defence Act at World War I required that any enlistee be substantially of the European descent, effectively excluding non-white applicants. Now, Defence Force support the inclusive community with people from all diverse community, just like what we have here at the Multicultural Hub with the diverse community leaders luncheon and Father's Day celebration today. Being an Australian, I'm very proud of my Malaysian Chinese heritage and hence always keep our traditional rich culture at all times. It is the diversity that makes us strong and harmonious and peaceful place to live and enjoy our life. Surendra Prasad and his team from the Fijian Senior Citizen Association Queensland need to be commended for your continued significant contribution in our community. Really appreciate your initiative to honor our community leaders by awarding Community Excellency Award to them. Thank you very much. Now we have to do auction.
I would request Senator Paul Scott to come forward, please. The reason being calling you sir is we've got a gentleman who had celebrated his 62nd birthday last week. He celebrated his birthday, and here he is with us and his wife. And they have the Queen has sent her congratulatory letter, and also from our good friend Rose Vesta, and there was one from
62nd wedding.
no, wait. There was another one. There's three there. 62nd. Wedding anniversary. Sorry, I always make from the one from the Governor General of Australia. So I want you to present this to my mentor. He's my mentor as well, and he has been doing judge on the table for 14 years, I think it was, just in Fiji. So please welcome Mr. and Mrs. Devendra Patik. Oh, I always make mistake. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Too much in my head. You know. Congratulations. That's from the government. Yeah. Oh, this one's from Prasad. Congratulations. He's a great guy. He always, whenever I have a problem, I go and ask him, okay, how can I solve this problem? He's always there to help with all his experience. Yeah. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. You don't think I deserve this one?
No, you do.
You must be a very good mentor.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. Thank you. Can I please call Mr. Louis Lioyen for the auction?
I was asked to do the auction, but so where's the auction item here? Ladies and gentlemen, just now I especially want to mention about Senator Postcard because a lot of them didn't know that he is the parliamentary chair, joint committee of the Australian Commission for the Law Enforcement Integrity. And Councillor Kim Marks is the Civic Cabinet Chair for the City Standard, and Peter Russo is the parliamentary chair for the Community Affairs and Legal Affairs Committee. Ladies and gentlemen, first item I was asked to do auction is a wine sign. It's a wine, right? Yes. It's a wine signed by, which one? The first item, Richard. You give me a hand, Lord Mayor. The Right Honourable Lord Mayor of Brisbane City, Councillor Adrian Stringer. Can I have someone to volunteer? Can I make sure he part to hold this for us and show to the audience? So it's actually a wine signed by the Right Honourable Lord Mayor of Brisbane City Council, Councillor Adrian Stringer. Ladies and gentlemen, can I start with a big, with anyone? Please be generous, please. What is it?
$100.
$100. We've got $100, ladies and gentlemen. We've got $100 from the Parliamentary Joint Committee of the Law Enforcement Integrity in Senate. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got $100. Is that shaking your hands at $200? Yeah, $200. $200. Which one? $200, ladies and gentlemen. We've got $200. Anyone for $300? We've got $200. We've got $200. Oh. Looks like we're running a victory or what happened to you? Ladies and gentlemen, testing. Sorry. Beg your pardon, we've got 200. Better echo me. This one, we've got 200. We've got $200. We've got $200 here. A bit of echo here. We've got $200. Juhi Pa Alan Chen, can you help me to support someone? We've got $200. Juhi Pa, anyone from $300? We've got $200 on my right. We've got $200. Anyone from $300? We've got $250. We've got $250 on the left. We've got $250. Anyone for $300? We've got $250. It's signed by the Right Honourable of Brisbane City Council, Councillor Adrian Stringer. We've got $250, ladies and gentlemen. We've got $250. Anyone for $300? We've got $250 going once. It's signed by the Right Honourable Lord Mayor of Brisbane City Council, Councillor Adrian Stringer. We've got $250 going twice. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got, you all can hear me without the microphone? Yeah? If you raise your hand, it's $300. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got $250. We've got $250 sold. Where is the... Thank you very much. Can we ask Councillor Kim Marks? Not here? Then I better ask... Take a picture. Come, Surendra, take a picture. Thank you very much for your support. What is the next item? Richard, what's the next item? Thank you very much. Treasurer, you can have to collect the money from this lady here. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got another item, which is this item is signed by the Honourable Anastasia Palaszczuk, the Minister for Trade and also the Premier of Queensland. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the wine signed by the Honourable Anastasia Palaszczuk. our Premier of Queensland, also the Minister for Trade. Ladies and gentlemen, who can I start with? We got $100, anyone for $100? Don't be shy, be generous. We got $100, anyone? Do not play around with your mobile phone. If you play around with mobile phone, it's $100. Is that $100? Right? Oh, Kim Marks, take a photo. Kim Marks, can you take a photo with the lady just now? Come over, take it. Because Kim Marks, the Councillor Kim Marks is the Civic Cabinet Chair of the City Standard, representing the Right Honourable the Lord Mayor of Brisbane City, Edwin Stringer, signed by the Lord Mayor. Thank you very much, Kim. Look over the camera. Thank you. Thank you very much. No worries. Understand. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we got one item signed by, this is signed by A. Chu Hee Park. Where is Chu Hee Park? Can you show to that signature? I think is the Honourable Anastasia Palaszczuk, the Premier of Queensland, also the Minister for Trade. Ladies and gentlemen, can I start with $100? Anyone for $100? Anyone for 100? Someone is shaking your hand. That is 100. Is that 100? Ladies and gentlemen, it's signed by the Premier of Queensland, the Honourable Anastasia Palaszczuk, also the Minister for Trade. We got $100. Ladies and gentlemen, we got $100 on my left. We got $100. Alan, if you play around the phone, it's $200. So that is $200. Ladies and gentlemen, that is $200. Just now I warned, if you play around with your mobile phone, it's $100. So that is $200, ladies and gentlemen. We've got $200. Anyone for $300? We've got $200. It's signed by the Honourable Anastasia Palaszczuk, the Premier of Queensland, also the Minister for Trade, the member for Inara. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got $200. Anyone for $300? We've got $200. We've got $200. Anyone for $300? We've got $200. Anyone for another $50? Shane Dash, the President of FSCAQ, anyone? We got $200. We got $200 signed by the Honourable Anastasia Palaszczuk, the Minister for Trade. $200. We got $200. Anyone for $300? We got $250. $200. Still sitting at $200, ladies and gentlemen. Be generous, please. We got $200. What is it? We got $250, ladies and gentlemen. We got $250 on my left, ladies and gentlemen. We got $250. Shane Dash, sitting on Shane Dash, the President of FSCAQ. Ladies and gentlemen, we got $250. Anyone for $300? Peter Russell? We got $250. It's signed by your boss, the Honourable Anastasia Palaszczuk. Ladies and gentlemen, we got $250. Go for $300, Peter. We got $250. Alan Cheng, anyone at the back? Be quiet at the back. We got $250 going once. Ladies and gentlemen, we got $250. One signed by the Honourable Anastasia Palaszczuk, the Minister for Trade. Ladies and gentlemen, also the member for Inara. Ladies and gentlemen, we got $250 going twice. P.P. Singh, thank you for coming. We got $250 sitting at going twice. Ladies and gentlemen, we got $250 signed by the Anastasia Palaszczuk, the Premier of Queensland, the Minister for Trade. So $250 Shane Days, the President of FSCAQ. Thank you very much. I think Peter, you have to represent. Come over, take a photo. Peter is actually the Parliamentary Chair for the Legal Affairs Community, member for Chu Hee since 2017, a member for Sunnybank 20 and 15. Change the name, look at the camera, thank you. Thank you very much. We got last item, right? Thank you. The last item is, okay. This one is donated by One Seal. Melody Chen, the Life Honorary President of War Arts and Multicultural Incorporation. War Arts and Multicultural was established in 2003. Ladies and gentlemen, Rukrukti Mansoor Guru Shah is holding a painting sponsored by Melody Chen, the Life Honorary President of War Arts and Multicultural. Can I start with watercolor painting? Can I start with $100? Anyone for $100? Raymond, we got Raymond the Secretary, thank you very much. Anyone for $100? Just raise your hand. Peggy, you start with $100. Peggy is the President of War Arts and Multicultural. Anyone for $100? It's the original painting, watercolor. We got $100, sitting with $100, ladies and gentlemen. We got $100. War Arts and Multicultural was established in 2003. The reason I know this is because I was the founding member too. Ladies and gentlemen, his son is sponsored by Melody Chen, the Life Honorary President of War Arts and Multicultural Incorporation. Anyone for $200? We got $100. It's the original watercolor painting. Anyone? Beautiful watercolor painting.
And
Richard, anyone? Can you find? Yeah.
And it's been painted by her.
Painted by who?
By Melody Chen.
By Melody Chen in 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a watercolor flower pinky scene. Have a look. Beautiful. We've got $100. Juhi Park. Can you find someone? Extra King. We've got $100.
150.
Anyone for $150 or $200? We've got $100. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got $100. We're sitting at $100. Alan Cheng, go for $150. We've got $100. Anyone? Don't be shy. We've got $100. We've got $100 sitting in the middle. We've got $100 with Alan Cheng, the president of the Universal Education and Multicultural Exchange, or called UMIA. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got $100. Anyone for $200 or anyone for $150? Go for $150. We've got $100, ladies and gentlemen. We've got $100. Alan Cheng, go for another $50. What about throwing $50 for you? We've got. Okay, I'll contribute $50 for that. Alan, you contribute $100. We've got $150 now. I contribute $50, okay, for this spending. We've got $150. Anyone? We've got $150 going once.
No, twice. Good.
We got $150. Alan Cheng will pay $100. I will pay $50. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we got $150 going twice. Anyone for $200? It's done by Melody Chen, sponsored by Melody Chen, the Life Honorary President of War Arts and Multicultural Incorporation. Peggy Wu is the current President of War Arts and Multicultural. Ladies and gentlemen, we got $150 sold for Alan Chen. Thank you very much, Alan. Come over, we'll take a picture. What about Peggy? We'll come over, we'll take a picture. Thank you very much. Sorry to spend a bit of your time. Thank you. Peggy, come. Peggy. Come. Juhi, come over. Thank you very much. The treasurer had to collect the money now, otherwise we'll be running away. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next, we are having the most vibrant show that the red carpet function always presents, the multicultural fashion show by Red Carpet Function, the brainchild of Reena Augustine, who started it, and we've got all these beautiful ladies who come on a voluntary basis and love to show off their tradition and custom and make each and every one of us learn of different countries. So with that, shall we start, Krishna? We're first having Russia. Ridima.
I came from the dream time, from the dusty red soil plains. I am the ancient heart, the keeper of the flame. I stood upon the rocky shores, I watched the tall ships come. For 40,000 years I've been the first Australian.
Beautiful. That's Russia for yours. Next we've got Mexico.
Back down by island chains, I walked the land and chewed the land.
Isn't this amazing when we appreciate other countries' culture? Joy being a Filipino, she did her Arabic belly dancing, and now representing Mexico. That's the beauty of this multicultural community here in Queensland. Next we've got Hawaii. Wow. The sunshine.
I'm the daughter of the digger who sold the marble on
India, who did an excellent performance for Indian Bollywood song. We are one, but we are ready, and from all the lands on earth we come. Next we have Korea. Around this time, 2 years back, I was in Korea, Seoul, and 3 years back too. 2 years, amazing country. Wow. Next we have got Australia.
I am Elvin and a Jew, and I paint the ghost because I'm Clancy on his horse.
Now, with a big round of applause, let's welcome Indigenous Australia, the original Australian beer, who deserves a major applause and giving us all this opportunity to be what we are today and having this event running. Thank you so much, Auntie Peggy. So we've got Russia, Mexico, Hawaii, India, Korea, modern Australia and the indigenous Australia. Let us give them a big round of applause and Reena Augustine for all this wonderful organizing, or wonderful work of hers, organizing, and she's been here for 2 days now helping Mr. Surendra ji get all this decoration done, and I really appreciate her energy and zeal.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. And can I please, Miss Pinky, because and Mr. Surendra Prasad is giving the award to you. Thank you for making it here.
Ms. Pinky Singh is well-known old-time smiling community leader. She is the president and founder of Punjabi Welfare Association of Australia, founder and VP Indian Prestige Lions International, chairman Indian Ladies Group, ambassador Lord Mayor Charitable Trust, ambassador Lord Mayor Multicultural Table, LNP policy chair for immigration, citizenship and multicultural. Excellent.
All right, thank you so much, ladies. Thank you very much. Now, can I have Juhi pass over here for the raffle? So everybody's got the raffle tickets. Everybody's got the raffle tickets. For the raffle tickets. All right. Can I please have Tanya and Krishna? Can I please have all the prizes over here, please? Thanks. All right. Yes. Yeah.
E98, blue E98. It's got blue E98.
Yeah.
Wow! Here you go.
So the gift hamper of James Martin MP. Please pose for the camera.
Peter, come and take a photo. James Martin.
Thank you, thank you. Can I ask
Next
you
one
to
is yours.
pick up the next raffle ticket, please? Thank you.
E5 blue ticket.
Oh, Daniel Bond, Mr. Daniel Bond.
Peter. Peter Russo.
So that's from Mr. Peter Russo, MP. Thank you, Daniel. Now that's
Here you go. Good on you, Daniel.
Good luck, mate.
Very generous.
Mr. Peter Russo, can you please pick up the next ticket, please? Thank you.
Can't be sure.
Blue ticket E03.
Blue 03, E03, blue ticket E03. Blue ticket E number 3.
03.
03.
Blue
Redraw.
03. Redraw.
You?
No. Okay. Can we do
Oh,
no more blue, please.
sorry. Blue E15, 15.
15.
Auntie Peggy.
Well done. Well deserved. Where do we go?
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. This one. Yes, chocolates.
And one.
I think there might be something to watch the chocolates.
This is from Mr. Grandparent MP. Awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Auntie Peggy. Thank you, Mr. Peter.
Red ticket E42.
Red E42. Oh, we have a winner. Red E42. And we have a gift hamper from Councillor Kim Marks.
Pinky, Pinky, Pinky.
My brother-in-law's got this.
Pinky, Pinky.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Miss Pinky, if you can please get the next ticket. Thank you, darling. Thank you. So we've got only one more to go. 2 gifts. Okay.
Blue E36. So blue ticket E36. Oh, well done. Congratulations.
Ooh, we've got the wine from. So a wine bottle from the Fiji Seniors Association. Tonight we'll have a party, wine party. There you go.
Party tonight.
Thank you, thank you. And we've got the last one.
Last one. Peter Russo again.
That's from Auntie Peggy. That's from a gift from Auntie Peggy. Auntie Peggy donated it. So.
Ask Philip to take a photo. Philip.
Auntie Peggy, can we please have you on the stage over here?
Auntie
and
Philip.
red E45.
Uncle Philip.
Red E45.
You got it. Oh, it's going. Oh, I see.
Awesome. Let's take a photo. Thank you.
Look here. Yep.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. And the last but not the least, can I please thank all the volunteers and have them on the stage? Jay, Tanya, the photographers, Danish and Tarun. Can we please have you here? Don't be shy. Krishna, Lynn,
Sorry, I'm not in uniform.
Joy,
I'm so sorry. I'll hide at the back.
Ladmila, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. And Krishna, Krishna. Go go in front, Krishna. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the team that has helped us out for today and making it a success. And thanks for the opportunity, for Mr. Surendra Prasad giving us the opportunity and believing in us, because it's not easy that we all amateurs, people who are new from the students, get an opportunity and called that come and join us. So in spite of being this amazing Fiji Seniors Association, the young girls wanted to join, so a big round of applause for them. Thank you. Mr. Abhin Narayan, can I please have you on the stage for a vote of thanks? Thank you.
Everyone, thank you very much. Well done. Thanks for the help.
I'm honored to move this vote of thanks. I noted that all the keynote speakers have, in fact, thanked a lot of people behind this. But I just got to do this, and sorry about this because I'm standing between your luncheon. It'll just take a few minutes. First of all, I acknowledge and I thank the traditional owners of this land. I know they welcomed you, so I got to thank them as a vote of thanks. Traditional owners, past, present, and emerging. And I think one of the speakers, keynote speakers, theme was about this, having the opportunity to have such a multicultural country. So I'd like to also thank God Almighty, no matter what your faith is, that has given us such a beautiful life and in such a lucky country. You only have to look at the news in the evening to see what the world is going through, every part of the world, with the COVID-19 and all that. So we live in a lucky country. I also thank all the faith leaders who have turned up to offer their prayers. Now this is the other part. I want to thank everyone, particularly who have attended, keynote speakers. Peter Russell, Member of Parliament, Senator Paul Scott, Councillor Kim Mark, I got that right, Mark, sorry, Mr. Crawford, Louis Lee, OAM, and all the other leaders, community leaders. Like I'm not in this circle, so please, I apologize if I miss somebody. I'd like to acknowledge all the community leaders who have received awards and who have taken part in this. Organizing functions like this is not easy given the background of COVID-19. I know Surendra and his team, senior citizens, they have to adapt the plans, they have to look at everything. And it's now, also note that one of the recent sites where COVID is Sunnybank, not very far from here. And one of the other sites is the Westfield Garden City. So those are the things that the committee has to do. They have to appraise themselves all the time. And it's not easy because I know it takes a couple of goals trying to have functions and then have to call it off. But this one has gone through and I've seen it's very eventful. So many things we covered. And thank you very much, Surendra and his team, for this function. Also like to mention, and I know it's been covered in Surendra's address, thanking the Queensland government for the support for this luncheon. And also like to mention, I mean, no matter what your political affiliation is, I would also like to thank the Queensland government for keeping us safe. Unless I have missed somebody else, please, just trying to help. And all the volunteers Sorry. She has already thanked the volunteers, part in the fashion parade. And there's also our backroom boys there. They're looking after the meals, setting it out. So there's a whole team of people, volunteers. I want to thank all the volunteers who are taking part in the program and those who are dealing with the food and preparation and helping out in any way. Thank you very much. Be COVID safe, and let's meet again for another function. Thank you.